Welcome to Tansson TV Plus. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Mom.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yep, thank you for joining with us again.
And Mom, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Brandon, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I see this is a return.
It is a return. I'm sorry, guys, it's been a while, but we are back to our first episode Fridays. And we're going to talk about the Addams family and our first episode Friday of October.
Yes, we're very excited to get back into these first episode Fridays. We've definitely missed it. And this is from 1963, 64.
Yep, 1964, September 18th, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it is.
Yes. And so I'll just give a little brief overview of the this first episode in itself. Um, this once more, this is the Addams family. And so a truant officer is actually visiting the Addams family to see why the children have not been in school. The Addams family have two children, age 6 and 8. And so the truant officer is surprised and shocked by the family that he meets. So the truant officer is surprised and shocked by the family that he meets, and he ends up reporting what his findings to the school itself. Anyway, the kids end up going to school for the first time. And however, the kids are actually traumatized by going to school. Specifically, they're traumatized by the Grimms, meaning the Grimm fairy tales. And so Mr. Hilliard, on the other hand, is traumatized by the Addams family. And so he goes back to the family to speak to them in regards to sending the children to school. And and so the family kind of has some issues and talks back with him about what their thoughts are about how their kids are traumatized by the school. So it kind of goes round and round, but either way, it's an interesting episode.
Yes, it is. And Mom, what were your thoughts about it?
The episode itself, I will be quite honest, I was surprised and I liked it. Um, uh, just so everyone knows, I have not seen the Addams Family before. I've seen a lot of shows. The Addams Family I have not seen before, or at least let's say not in its entirety for one episode. And so I was surprised that I liked it. I was surprised that it was a cohesive episode. And I will say it is a dark comedy. And so, what were your thoughts, Brandon?
Oh yeah, I mean, I definitely loved it. I mean, of course, I think we're all at least vaguely familiar with the concept of the Addams Family, and of course the theme song. But this is truly the first time that I've seen it as well.
Yeah, I think I have seen one of the movies, and I can't remember 90s, thousands. I can't remember when it came out. But anyway, I think I've seen one of the movies, but for the show itself, I had never seen before.
Yeah, it definitely I thought was such a fun viewing, and that I mean, I'm not saying that there was any sort of expectations going into the episode, but it definitely surpassed my expectations.
Actually, it did for me too. I think you and I have both talked that we are just looking for something to watch that's fun to watch and that will make us laugh throughout. And this one made me laugh throughout.
Yeah, I would say if I had to relate this to any show, this gives me the same feeling of going into the first episode of Green Acres, where we had no idea what we had to expect, but we end up going, "Wow, we really misjudged the show."
Yep, I will say that I did misjudge the show, and yes, even though I kind of had some vague idea, of course, what the show is about, but I never, not seeing it, I didn't know what to expect.
Yes, and so the series had 64 episodes, and it lasted for only 2 seasons.
Yes, it did. It did. Would you continue watching the show, Brandon?
Oh, I absolutely would. I mean, I'm very excited. We saw the description of episode 2, and I think that is room for some entertaining stories. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of the show. What about you, Mom?
Actually, same here too, Brandon. I went ahead and I looked ahead. We found this on Tubi for those who are wondering, and so I did look ahead a little bit, and I am looking forward to actually watching some more episodes. One of the things I kind of liked about the show was it actually had an initiating plot for the first episode. I've talked about in other series that we've watched how important it is to have an initiating plot, and this one actually gave it. I mean, we're told, of course, everyone's names. We're given a little background about some of the characters. Um, we find out for what we learned for this first episode. We kind of learned the parents are concerned about the kids' education. Kind of goes into homeschooling a little bit, although not saying it about what they did, but the kids were not in school previously. And so, but the father was really concerned, Gomez is his name, was really concerned about them being schooled. And then he also said he missed them around the house. We do know this is a mysterious, odd family. They say that they're kooky, and so yes, they are in regards to how they're living their lives. They are surrounded by family. They talk about relatives, the mother and uncle who are there also. Um, they are unaware, though, that they are odd. And so, at least that's what's coming off initially is that they're unaware of this. Their kids are 6 and 8. Wednesday, the daughter is 6, and Pugsley is 8. And those are just some of the small things that you kind of learn from the first episode. Did you learn anything else, Brandon?
Yeah, they also have quite a bit of family living in the house, and it doesn't even seem that they're quite sure as to how many people that just sort of come in and out.
Yes, very true. Very true. All right, Brad, I got to talk about the theme song. I will say I absolutely love the theme song. You know, I like a memorable one. And of course, it's a theme song that I've known for years and years. And so it was kind of nice to sing and hum around. I never really paid attention to the words. And so watching the theme song with the show and watching the words, because I always have closed captions on, so reading the words at the same time, it was kind of interesting to see because sometimes you just say the words, but you're not quite aware of what you're saying, and so just reading it along was interesting to do also. And it's like I said, it's very well known. What are your thoughts about the theme song?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I mean, I think it fits with what we've seen thus far as a common, I guess, thread for these 1960s series. That they tend to tell a story in some capacity with the theme song. This one's quite catchy as well.
It is, and you found a connection with the theme song.
Yes, I did.
And what's your connection?
Yes, so the theme song composer is Vic Mizzy, and he also composed the theme song for Green Acres.
Yeah, and if you, Brandon and I have been watching a lot of Green Acres, and we'll talk about that one day in one of our episodes. But yes, you could tell that it's very common. They tell the story within the theme song itself.
Yes, and Mom, am I able to get into my ever connection?
You are.
Yes, so the series is also produced by the company Filmways.
All right, Green Acres again.
Yes, and so Filmways produced Green Acres, the Addams Family, and the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yes, and I we've watched the Beverly Hillbillies, but we have not talked about that on here. So that'll be another episode for us at some point in time. And then a connection that I saw that you're probably because you've only seen a couple episodes of it is the music that started at the beginning of this first episode is actually the same music that's used on the Brady Bunch for some of their beginning scenes. So I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but like I said, this is my only episode I've seen, so I don't know if this same kind of musical intro kind of goes in with other episodes or not. But I'm very familiar with the Brady Bunch, and I know that that's where I've heard this song before, or their little theme that they have kind of going into the first episode. Brandon, did you have any other connections?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, overall, I mean, outside of that, John Aston was once married to Patty Duke when we spoke about the Patty Duke show.
Yes, yeah, very true too. And then their son is also on the Facts of Life, which we watched quite a bit.
Yeah, and then their other son was on the Connor season 7 that we spoke about.
Yes, so we're getting around making our loops. All right, Brandon. So I like to rate some of the shows from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. I gave this one a 4 because I was amused. What about you, Brad?
Yes, I likewise would give it to 4, maybe even a 4.5.
Okay, sounds good. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about for the Addams family?
No, I mean I really enjoyed it. I'm so glad we're getting back into our first episodes, and I will say I really love the commentary that they were giving about the principal throughout this episode, especially
Yes.
the I guess the school board.
Yes, yeah, it is a fun episode to watch. So if you have not seen this and you like odd, kooky shows, go ahead and check this out.
Yes, absolutely do,
Yes. All right. We thank everybody for watching.
and we look forward to seeing you throughout all of October.
All right. We'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.